All right, guys, welcome to a very special episode of the 508 podcast, my man, the Notorious one. We're here today with, if you don't know this guy by now, then you've been living under a rock. You haven't watched the TV, nothing. Uh, Brand new head coach of the Worcester State Lancers, Al Pettway, my guy. How's things?
What's up, Mike? Really busy, man. Just, the transitioning, from North, after being there for so long. Um, it's just been, it was really a hard decision for me to leave where I consider home in North. I've being there 20 plus years and, having to make that decision to transition to college. Big step in my coaching career, but I thought about it. I weighed the pros and the cons, and I just thought that, my time at North was done and it was time to pass on the torch to somebody else and for me to explore, a new chapter in my life, which is the college level. Worcester State being where I graduated from and played and, being all-time leading scorer
I
as
was
well
gonna
as a Hall
say,
of
not just played, the all-time leading scorer. I love it.
yeah,
I
which
love
still
it.
30 years later is still there. So, um, I'm sure somebody will break it one day. And maybe I'll be there when that happens. So I just thought it was fitting that, you know, the next move would be, my alma mater, and Worcester State, the blue and gold. So now I'm going to be rocking the blue and gold, but I'll still be rocking the black and orange as well. But, most of the time you'll see me with the blue and gold on now.
Love it, man. Love it. You get you get me into the college ranks here because I'm in. I'm in. It's right over the hill for me. I'll be. I'll just announce it now. I have not been a fan, but I will be the minute we step on the court this year. Um, but what a
I
way to
love
get
it.
into it.
That.
This is almost like a movie. It's storybook so far, and I know you're far from done. So um,
Yeah.
amazing, man. And as I was saying earlier, the last time we were here was before championship number one, and I had caught on the end of the previous season with Oscar and before all that and everything. Um, the run that you put together, I remember it like it was yesterday. That was when I first met you in person. I'd seen what was going on there. I looked at it and said, "This is basically a college team. Is what's going on." Like, it's before North really caught on. People really caught on. Um, I said you should never lose again with this team, and you didn't. You, amazing. It was after you guys came back from Florida when I seen you the first home game here. Um,
Yeah.
but what an amazing run, man! It's kind of beating a dead horse, but I know everybody knows. You know what I mean? But the adversity you guys went through with Carl and all that, and coming back and really doing it. Nobody expected you to lose, um, Talon and Ty. So just
Mhm.
the things that you overcame, amazing. The run was amazing. What would you say was your most memorable game, the out of both years?
Both years. Oh man, it's a tough one. I would say the first one, Mike. Both of them were fitting, but I think winning the first one and bringing the first Division One state title to Worcester. Um, that one was really for me. That was really special. The second one was a little different. It meant a lot because obviously the tragedy we had with losing Carl. So that was special as well, but it was a little bit more um, closer to us because we had someone that was a part of that first championship, and the second one, we had Ty and Talon came back, and we didn't have Carl. Carl was a part of that first one, so not to have all of them there, that was just more, that was more to the heart right there, where we didn't have one of our brothers there to celebrate that second one. with us. But they were both special. But that first one was an amazing, amazing feeling. That second one was more to me like, we did it. This is a relief. And then a lot of pressure. We were on a 44 game winning streak too at that time. So, you know, I was a little not concerned, but just like, wow, we made it this far and we got one game where, we're 40 minutes away from, 32 minutes away from, doing this back to back and, going undefeated and being on a 45 game winning streak. And I didn't try to put any pressure on the kids, but at one point in that Franklin game, I did feel a little bit like this is about to come to an end. And then, I called the timeout and switched to defense. And then all of a sudden a switch went on those kids. And, I was like, okay, I think, we could possibly make this happen. And sure enough, those kids prevailed. And it felt like a dream. It felt like a dream for a while, Mike. So for what those kids accomplished in 2 years, I mean, I don't know if we'll see that again for a long time because that's really something really tough to do for at any level, you
Yep.
know. They, very resilient young man, great kids. I'm just really super proud of them and what they accomplish. And, they can look back on this when they're older and they have kids of their own. They can say, look, they can just relate what they did to their kids. And, they're in a historic museum, so they can always go there and show, their kids what they've accomplished. So I'm just really proud of them. And all those guys that are leaving, and I just wish them the best. And I told them I'm going to follow them all the way through. So I wish them the best. Maybe we'll reunite again if things don't work out. Never know.
Yep.
Actually,
Yep.
Joe said that. He goes, you never know, coach. Maybe most of us will reconnect again. I said, wouldn't that be something? And then we just laughed about it.
I mean, I thought about it, and you never know because I know you got hometown love. I know you're gonna look around here for the talent. I know you keep it fair. Um, that would be amazing. And I could definitely see
Yeah.
something like that happen. Joe at UMass is crazy. That like
George UMass, yeah,
amazing. I think
Tyshawn going to the Darrow School. Jaden's going to UMass Dartmouth. Tyrese, he was one of our guys. He didn't play a lot, but he's a great kid. He's going to Assumption.
I mean it's phenomenal. I think I really
I lost you a
Deshaun.
little bit, Mike.
How about now? I'm back.
Yeah, I can. Yep,
All
you're
right.
back.
So Deshaun, I hope he gets D1. I think I really hope he gets some big offers because that kid's got he's talent, man, all day. Joe is Joe. The emergence of Deshaun to have those two, amazing. I really hope they both make it. Now listen,
Yeah,
I'm crazy. What I've been saying since minute one of these kids has a chance to make the league, like legit. And it could be Talon, it could be Tashawn, it could be Joe. Obviously Talon's balling right now at a big level. Um, I could see it happening. I could see it happening. You never know. The sky's the limit for these kids. Tashawn in 1 year came back as
yeah,
Superman. Like,
yeah. My God, yeah. And I think his best basketball, Mike, is ahead of him. I
yeah,
keep telling people he's a Division I kid. If he works, if he improves on his ball handling, and he, can hit a jump shot more consistent than what he did in high school, I
yep,
think he's a mid major. I think, and with his athleticism, I think he's a mid major. I'm shocked that he didn't have an offer on the table this year, as well as a lot of other coaches. I think it was the BU or Northeastern coach saw us in the BBC tournament and said, "How does this kid not have one of the Division III coaches? How does this kid not have a Division I scholarship?" And I just think he went under the radar because he wasn't like on a high profile AAU team. And, I just think, we had the COVID year. So I just think he's young. He's only 17. I think he's just about to turn 18. So I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. And I'm gonna follow him because I'm gonna be on the recruiting trail now. So, I mean, I'm hoping to get the scholarship. If he doesn't, I'm gonna be like, are you kidding me? But I'm gonna be right there, right at his door, trying to get him myself. If he's not getting those looks that he should get, I'm gonna just try to court him to my way. So we'll see what happens. But I'm hopeful that he's gonna get a scholarship somewhere.
Yeah,
Because he's that talented. And if he proves, like I said, he's mid-major.
kid's amazing. It literally, I'll be honest, I didn't even know he was on the team from the year before. I thought he had just come in. I go back and watch the videos. It, it's amazing. It's true. Like he came back and just flew.
Yeah.
If he's only 17, that means he's still growing.
Yeah,
So
he should be. I think he's turning 18 if they hadn't already turned 18. I forget which. I think his birthday passed. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's about to turn 18 if he's not. So he's still growing. He's still young. You can still see that he's growing. I think he's got another inch, 2 inches in him, and he's 6'6" now. So I think he's going to cap out about 6'8", if not
him at
taller.
6'8" is insane. And
Yeah.
I mean, all day long, he shouldn't fly under the radar. If he does, then wow. But
Yeah, so he's going to be playing. So he's got an event coming up. Him and Amir, they got some events coming up. Actually, they have an event coming up on our ring ceremony date. So I think I'm going to have to reschedule the ring ceremony because they're not going to be around, and I want all those kids to be there. So because I got something for all of them, so I want to make sure that they're all present for that. So I'm probably going to have to reschedule that. You know, but I'll talk to
now,
them. But I don't think we're going to be able to make that.
Amir, I'll be honest with you, Felipe Vasconez, me and him had a conversation about who would take over and who at the point when Talon and Ty left. He said Amir, and I said, I don't know, man. I don't know if he is that guy to handle it, like those guys did. I didn't see he he didn't he played a lot the year before, but not the role that he was about to take on. And wow, did he crush it? Did I eat those words? Like
Yeah.
a player of the
Yeah.
year? I mean, come on.
Yeah. 'Cause I think
Amazing.
people felt he was in Talon's shadow, and Talon was, always with the ball in his hand. And then when Talon and Ty left, it was, Amir's time to show that, listen, I'm just as good, if not better than those guys. So, you know, with the ball in his hand this year, I tell everybody he had an amazing, amazing year. And I think he's another kid. If he improves on his jump shot, I think he can be a mid-major player too. Obviously, he's got to do some work to get there, but I think he's there. He proved this. He really grew up on me. He grew on me the first year, but this year grew on me even more. I mean, the way he controlled the tempo, the way he played defense, got out in the open court, made the right plays. I mean, and then to turn around, he got back a state championship and player of the year like talent. I think he was out. He was amazing. Amir was
His
amazing.
his resume right now is phenomenal.
Oh
So
yeah,
I wouldn't doubt seeing him at a high level either, making it.
yeah.
He his ability to take over the game this year was what stood out to me.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Obviously, probably the biggest play of the year was Deshaun's free throws with Zavarian.
Oh man,
Uh,
that's probably the only game I've really been nervous, Mike, was that game. I don't know if you were there, but my
uh,
head, for my head, that game I was really nervous. I just remember calling a timeout and drawing up a play, and I just remember them saying, "It's not over, coach." And I remember saying, "I'm gonna run this to Tyshawn." And I looked at the boys and they said, "Coach, run it for him." And he goes, "Coach, I'll make it. I promise, I'll make it." So I ran this play. Um, um, what was it? St. John's Prep. Is that who we played? St. John's Prep. They 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 were playing man, and then they were playing zone. They switched to man because the play was to set a screen and then for them to throw it up to Tyshawn, and for Tyshawn to jump as high as he can. Either you're going to get fouled, you're going to lay it in, or we're gonna lose a game like this because we only got 1.6 seconds. That's not a lot of time. So we don't have a lot of time to design up this crazy play. So this is going to be a basic play, but they end up switching from zone, which was working the whole game, and they went man. And Tyshawn, they saw that, and all they did, and their guys switched. Tyshawn just went to the basket. They threw it to him. and Tyshawn went up, should have won the game in regulation. And then for him to hit those shots with 0.6 seconds left, both of them on with all that pressure. And he had just missed 2 free throws. He was shooting under 50% before he took those free throws. So for him to hit both those shots with 0.6 seconds, with down 2 points, oh my God. I mean, you can't write a better story than that, man. And then overtime speaks for itself. That was over. Mir took over that in overtime, and it was over. So I
Yep.
knew once we got overtime that we were in good hands. I said, okay, they're in trouble. They gave us life. So you give us life, like those kids realized that, it's time to play. And I think in overtime, that game was over in the first 2, 3 minutes. It was over.
Oh
It was
yeah,
over.
no doubt. It was a totally different team. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't get much more adrenaline than him hitting those shots. That was
Exactly.
you can't get much more fuel than that. Amir took it to him too. And what I meant to say was that's probably the biggest play of the year for you guys in my eyes.
Oh,
It overshadowed Amir's performance in overtime by that much.
yeah.
Not a lot of people talked about it, but amazing, amazing.
But it felt like it was meant to be too, because if you look at those last 2 games, Mike, those last 2 games were our hardest games. We had to go into overtime to beat St. John's Prep. And then Franklin was up 12, 14 points. I called timeout. I mean, that wasn't an easy game for us either. So we had to fight those 2 games to do this. So we were more talented, but when you're on a winning streak like we were, I mean, any given night, someone plays well and they play well, it could have went either way. We could have lost those games. So, but fortunate, we found a way to win both of them. So, once again, I'm pretty I'm on cloud 9 with what these kids have done, man. This is,
If there's anything I can say about that, is you guys had an angel up there. Legit, you
yeah.
had yeah,
Carl was looking at us. Carl was looking down at us saying, you guys can't go out like this. So, they're
amazing.
pretty excited. And that's why I said, you know what? We won it twice, getting 2 rings, and what else is there to do? And I think that was what made me make my final decisions. I've done we've done everything. I could go back and just enjoy coaching, but there's really nothing else to prove here. Championships are great, but why not move on to the next challenge, and why not my alma mater? So that's why
The
it was a
door
tough
open.
thing. Yeah. So I said, why not? It's meant to be. So, and everything's come full circles, because I applied for this job 6 years ago, Mike, and I didn't
Yep,
get it.
yep.
But like I was telling the AD, I said it wasn't the right timing. It wasn't meant to be then. If I would have taken that job 6 years ago, this story right here would have never happened. So this is the right time for me to leave. So as you can see, I've been pretty focused on trying to get kids and build my program there. So I'm working really hard to bring kids in there, and I think you'll be excited. I just 2 kids say they came up, they like the place, they're coming. So if I could get 2, 3 more guys that I'm going after, watch out. I think we're gonna be pretty good.
How many stayed?
Excuse me.
How many people? How many kids stayed?
We just lost a kid, Aaron, who was a South kid who went to Tennessee State, and
Yep.
then the other big kid who was pretty good. He went to a Division II school, and they lost 2 other stars, but pretty much there's 10, 11 kids back. So with some added pieces, and then they're back-to-back conference champs, I think they got a chance to be really good. The first year, I know people probably not expecting much from me the first year, but I'm expecting something the first year. So I'm working really hard to try to bring in the right guys, good character guys too. And I tell people all the time. I was talking to someone today, and I said, I love recruiting over coaching. I'd rather recruit and build a relationship with kids versus coaching. And everyone goes, really? I'm like, yeah, I like to recruit. I think that's what I'm really talented at, is recruiting. So for me, I prefer recruiting over coaching. And then you can still build those relationships with the kids. So, this is actually the fun part. And my staff, I'm bringing some of my, current staff members, and I'm trying to hire, somebody, a recruiter and someone else. So probably maybe bring my son with me. He said he's interested, so I'm going to sit him down. But I actually been doing all the recruiting by myself right now. So, but
Nice.
I think good things will happen there. I'm confident that we'll be successful there, and we'll have Shamrock's there, and some of the other people, Worcester there. I think we're gonna turn Worcester State out there.
You cut the city in half for me. North is way farther away from me, right?
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah,
I'm saying I'm already winning right now. But I
yeah,
love that
exactly.
gym too. I mean, it was a great place to see the Final Four, um, and the other games there. Now I got to give you a shout, man. The way you guys supported the South girls, you guys know that's my squad.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
really nice to see. Like all your
yeah,
guys were there for them. Um, Terrible loss,
yeah, yeah.
I can't even talk about it yet. Not even ready.
It's
But
okay. They'll be back. They'll be back. But you know, we fell short years ago in the state semis, and but Diego's done a phenomenal job with those girls. So I'm pretty confident that he'll get them back there. And I think, the experience of experiencing that, that'll stick with them. And I think, the future's bright there. And I think he'll be back. He'll be
he's
back. So those
he's
girls will be
climbing
back.
the ladder. He's
Yeah,
climbing the
he'll be
ladder.
back.
Every year they've gotten better. I mean, already they've turned the whole entire girls' game around.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Um,
exactly.
they will be back. I can only afford one more big loss, man, and it's gonna be lights out
Yeah,
for me. But
yeah.
I
They'll
can't.
be back.
I got the heart
You
attack,
gotta
man.
fail, you gotta fail first, Mike, before you succeed. So
It's true.
they've had their time. So their time is coming. It's just sometimes it just doesn't happen when we expect it to happen because this whole North thing just out of nowhere, just working hard like Diego does over you, continue to work hard. Eventually you'll get there. And again, I think they'll get there. I think they'll be fine.
They're hungry.
They'll be
They stay hungry. That's the key with them. They don't stop working. It's nonstop. That's a success. It's
yeah.
nonstop work, nonstop
Keep
basketball.
working, just keep working, and eventually you'll have your time.
Yep. Yep.
I did this for 20 years, and I came close, 2005, but we lost in the state semi. So here it is 15 years later, and we've had a great run. So
Now 20
um,
years like that. Gone.
yeah, just like that,
It's so
just
fast, bro. It's so
so fast,
fast. It's
so fast.
you got a good chance to stop and sniff the flowers, so to speak, with these runs, man. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's
Been a
good to
great run.
see.
It's been a great run. It sucks that it had to, end, but kids were a little upset. But the kids, they were actually really good. They understood. They just said, we're sad, but it's your alma mater, so we understand. And I told them, now, the good thing is, Mike, I'm still there because I didn't take the job full time. I took it part time so I could still work at North. So that
Yep.
was icing on the cake. So I get the best of both worlds. So for me to be able to still be there with them and support them the best way that I can, and then still, the college game, and they can come watch me there. So for me, I got the best of both worlds in this situation. So
Yeah,
I'm
no
pretty
doubt.
happy.
And it becomes a pipeline. You know what I mean? Like to the next level with whatever kids want to get there. You're
Yeah.
an extension. So um,
And
no,
now I can look at all kids in the city. I can
right.
I can look at the South kids. I can look at the Burncoat, the Doherty, the North. Any kid that's at that level, I could look at all of those kids and give them an opportunity. So I'm pretty excited because now I can have a bigger impact with all the kids in the city. So I'm pretty
Absolutely.
excited. Yeah,
Absolutely.
so I'm pretty excited about that.
So now what everybody's going to want to know is who takes over.
Whew, man,
Huge question, huh?
good luck. Good luck with that. There's gonna be, I mean, once people found out, once that hit the newspaper that I was resigning, I think the principal he told me he got like 10 calls within an hour. Like he got that many people calling, and since then it's been about 25 people. So they won't do anything until September, but I told him good luck. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a committee together. Um, Unfortunately, I won't be on that committee. I'll be at my new spot, so I won't be on that committee. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people. I've heard Demar. I know Demar's going to apply. I've heard Tyshawn. I've heard Doug. I've heard a lot of names. So That's going to be interesting. I'm I'm actually interested too, Mike, to see how that unfolds. But whoever it is, I'm sure they understand that they got to go in there and they got to create their own path now, and they're going to have to work really hard. It's not going to happen overnight. You know, everything that you saw there was things that I put in place. So you're going to have to put your own spin on what you do there. But whoever it is, I'm sure they'll work hard and they'll do right by the program. But I'm pretty I'm pretty anxious to see who's going to get that too, Mike. I,
I gotta
I'm
say,
waiting for that.
I vote Demar if he's in the running. Now the rumor is Demar might break the record for technical fouls if he gets a job. That's what I keep hearing. That he's a fireball. That's
Yeah,
what everybody keeps saying. And I've seen him work. I know he has great relationships with the kids. He's
yeah.
obviously an IQ guy.
I
I
mean,
love it.
he said he's interested and he's going to put in. So I know he's putting in for it, as he should. He should. It's his alma mater. I'm sure he
Right.
cares. He's going to put in for it. I'm sure they're going to put a committee of people. I don't know, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how they're going to actually structure, but I know it's going to be a committee, especially for what we've accomplished the last few years. I think they're going to I think there's going to be, a lot more people involved in this decision making. But I'm like you. I'm pretty curious to see. I'm just sitting wait. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of resumes for it, though. I'm really sure.
Yeah. Of course.
I heard
Of
a lot
course.
of people have inquired about it. No one's called me. I do know about Demar because Demar was a JV coach, so Demar told me. I know he's applying,
Right.
but I haven't gotten any other phone calls from anyone else. Oh, Tyshawn, I did. He just said he was applying, so I did get a call from him. He congratulated me, and then he just said, "I'm putting my name in the hat too." So there's two right there. So
I'll
I'm
tell you.
sure a lot more than that. So
Oh
I
yeah.
can't wait to see. I can't wait to see, Mike. It's gonna be pretty interesting. I
All
think
eyes
that's.
on them.
I'm with you. I'm waiting to see what happens with that.
I love
I'm
it. I
waiting.
know they'll make a good choice. And I think, you know, obviously they lost a lot of guys this year, but there's still talent there. I know
And they're gonna be, when I heard some of the guys that were gonna leave, pretty much reneged and said they're gonna stay. So they're not. They're gonna be. They're gonna be good next year. They're gonna be good next year. How good? I'm not sure because the schedule's tough. I didn't finish the schedule, but I was like five games away. So 5 or 6. So I stopped um the schedule at that point because I was unsure who's gonna come back. But they got a pretty tough schedule. So they go into the hoop hall again. They got the Emmanuel tournament. I put them in the Comcast tournament, which is the Eastern Mass tournament. That's pretty good. They have Malden Catholic, who just won back-to-back state championships. They have St. John's, Wachusett. I had the inner high teams all one time. We picked up was it Springfield Central? So the schedule's tough, but I think they're gonna play the inner highs twice now. They were only playing it once, so because their I want to make sure the strength of schedule is good, regardless of their record. They'll get in the tournament. They should crack the tournament because their strength of schedule will be pretty good. Um, so I think they'll be in the tournament. How good they're gonna be in the tournament, I'm not sure, but they're gonna get in. They'll be in. They'll be all right. I think people think because everyone's like most of them are gone. No, they're gonna be okay. They're
yeah.
not gonna be bad. So I can't wait to see who the coach is and what he does with them and how good they're gonna be. But I'm pretty excited to, with my new chapter at Worcester State, and still North is my baby, so I still support North 100%. And I almost put my North hat on, and had the State shirt on, but I'm trying to embrace this blue and gold now. So I've had that black and
Absolutely.
orange, but I still have a lot of that, and not get rid of my black and orange because I'm still going to wear that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think they'll be all right. I think but a three-peat, I don't know. It depends on how good everybody else is too. You got to wonder that. That's
Yeah.
the big factor
They're
knowing
10
everything.
games away. They're 10 games away from breaking the longest streak in Massachusetts as far as win streak. So they're 10 games away from that.
That's on the
So
watch.
yeah, so that's on the watch, depending on who their first couple opponents are, and depending on how good they are. I mean, I'm gonna watch that too. So I would love to see that happen. I would love to see that happen. So,
Oh
but
yeah.
they're state champions. So they're state champions at least until next March. They're still
Yep.
state champions. So
Oh yeah.
see what happens with them. So I think they're going to be okay though. They'll be
Yep.
okay. And I'll be to support whoever's next in line. I'll be there to support them and,
Oh yeah.
just help in the way that I can. So,
Now
but
you
we
know
will
where
see.
we'll be there. We'll be there no matter
Yeah,
what. I
still going to support them.
Oh yeah. I know no matter who takes that job, we'll be there because I know they'll be all right. And let's face it, you guys got me more views than anything. That
Yeah.
St. John's
What was the
video is
total? What was the total?
I
Oh,
had to be over time over a 500,000.
wow.
That
Wow.
video alone got 100,000 views. The St.
The
John's
St.
video,
John's one?
huh?
The St. John's one?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have no idea what viral is, but I would assume that's it.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
the second one was that kid, number 12 on JV this year. He dunked, and for some
Was
reason
that,
that
oh yeah. Yeah, that was it Devin? It was
Devin, yeah,
Devin.
Devin, yeah,
Devin.
yeah.
Yeah.
He when he threw that down, I don't know what happened there. It was amazing. I think that one's at like 60,000 or something.
Wow.
So
Wow. Yeah, he's
amazing,
back.
and obviously thank you guys and thank Deshaun and Joe and all those guys for the highlights. Like amazing, amazing.
Yeah,
I know.
thank you for following us and giving them some props out there and your videos and all that.
It's
Thank you
fun.
for
It was
some
fun
what
for
you
me.
and you didn't just do it for North, you did it for South. You just expanded yourself. So I mean, give some props to you as well.
I take
You
them.
know,
I like taking them. But you
yeah,
know what's funny, Al, is I never even the whole thing was supposed to be podcast when I started this, and then somehow I get into filming, and I'm filming these guys dunking all over the place. It became fun, like it's not a job. It's not like I came to the first game as a fan. I didn't even
yeah,
mean to film. Um,
yeah.
but it became fun, and you guys would. It didn't take me long, but all I kept telling people was, "Yo, you got to look out!" Like that. I really wanted you and the South Girls to win the championship.
Oh, that would have
Same
been
year.
amazing. That
So
would have been amazing.
my
We would
prediction
have
was
shut the
off.
city down there. We would have shut the city down. We would have shut
Oh
the
yeah.
city down. That would have been something. If we both did it, that would have been crazy.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I thought it was going to happen. I really did. I thought it was going to happen. I thought it was going to be both of us.
It
But
like you said before, things happen for a reason. So
yeah,
it wasn't time yet, and I think I don't. That team last year was amazing. I started with Blue and Jayla, and
mhm.
they're gone. Now we get all these young kids. Diego's got a pipeline of
That's
athletes.
what I'm saying. His time is coming. They're gonna get there. His
Yeah,
time is coming. So the girls just continue to work hard, like I know they will. They just, the year before they were right there, and then they got right to the finish line. They just fell a little short. You know,
we
but you
got.
can't take, we still had a phenomenal year. They're being honored tonight with us too, so they're still being
Oh, nice.
recognized. Yeah, at City Hall with South girls and the boys, North boys are going to be recognized tonight during the school committee. So, that'll be fun. So they're still being recognized. People recognize that.
Love it.
Sometimes you don't know it all, but they still had a phenomenal season. You can't take that away from them.
No,
They still,
no.
they're still a little short. That's all.
Yep. Yeah, he's compiled quite a record over there. He's stacking them up quick, all these W's. And you know what? The level of competition in the city has gotten better since he's gotten there with
Yeah.
girls basketball. Um, I mean, you put the bar way too high, so it is. But so coaching wise, do you plan on making any changes to your style? To your, or would you say what are the differences, the adjustments you have to make from high school to college as a coach? X's and O's, like
Well, the kids are obviously a little bit older. The adjustment for me, Mike, is, I've been up there a few times. Just today's the first day I didn't go. Um, just all the rules that goes along with college. There's a lot of stuff you have to be when you can talk to a kid, when you can go watch the kids in open gym. You can't watch them in open gym. You only get days, whether preseason or during the season to see these kids. So um, for me, it's it's just all the behind the scenes stuff that's different. There's a lot of rules that you need to know. There's a test that an NCAA test you have to take. So that's a little different. And the hours that you have to put in, I mean, there's a lot of hours in all the traveling that you have to do. But my style, I'm not going to change my style. This is what I told you I love about it. I get to recruit the kids to my liking, the type of style of kid that I like. Versus at North, I get what I get. I mean, this is, fortunate I had kids that could play that tempo, but now I'm allowed to go out and recruit the kids to play the style that I want them to play. And I got my fingers crossed that these pieces that I think may come, I think you're going to be really impressed at like, wow, like, because I still want to go up and down. I still want to play that hard-nosed man-to-man defense. I also want to press. And I think I'm going to have the athletes. I'm hopeful that I'm going to have the athletes to do that. So I just think there's going to be a lot more time that I'm going to be spending in the gym. It's a part-time job, but it's really a full-time job. It's a
Yeah.
full-time job. And I'm still learning because I've been away from college for so long. So there's still a lot for me to learn. So I'm just going to bounce, every question that I have, I'm going to ask the compliant, the women's coach who's in charge of compliance, or Mike Mudd. I just want to make sure that I'm not doing anything that's a violation, because there are disciplined actions for anything that you do. And I know coming in, I got a target on my back as it is. So if I don't do the right thing, that I'm going to be disciplined. So I want to make sure I'm just trying to learn, Mike, and just make sure I don't make the wrong mistake and I have to pay for it and cost the team. So college is just definitely a step up from where I was at. So, and you got to recruit. You got to get out there and you got to recruit. And I'm talking to kids from Maryland, Texas, all Massachusetts. So my phone just keeps ringing off. I get emails. So I'm pretty excited, but I just think there's a lot more to college basketball than high school. But I'm pretty excited about the challenge. I'm pretty excited to see what's lies ahead. I'm pretty excited with what I've done so far. And I think the best is yet to come from Worcester State. I'm trying to not just win a conference championship. I'm trying to make Worcester State national. And I think I'm the guy to do that. The last coach did a phenomenal job with the program, not to take anything away from Tyler, but I'm a Lancer. I went to that school. I bleed blue and gold. So I want to see the best. I'm sure a lot of people want to see the best of that program, and I'm pretty excited. People on campus, professors, some of the professors that when I was there, still there, some of the alums that I played with, some of the alums that there's a lot of people. Worcester, I think Worcester's excited about it because Worcester State is a Worcester school. So we got the high school, we got Worcester State. So I'm trying to pack that place. So I'm pretty excited about this upcoming year, and I'm ready to get started and just see what this year going to bring. So I think you'll be excited. I think you'll be excited what you're going to see. You want to talk about Duncan? You're going to see a lot of that.
I
You're going to see
already
a
am.
lot.
I already am excited. I'm ready to
Yeah,
rock, bro.
yeah,
I shout to Worcester State. I mean, it's a great hire business wise, like marketing wise. I mean, and you couldn't ask for a better candidate to pop up. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man, I'm ready. I like Showtime, so
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Nice was a thing. The night that facility is. I've been in there before, but when I went in there like a week ago, they were just doing the floors. So, and I walked around the campus. I've been in the gym, but I haven't walked around the campus in a long time. That's a beautiful campus, man. It's
it's huge now. It's
yeah, yeah.
they
I
put
mean,
buildings up in a week.
oh
It's
yeah,
like
oh yeah,
nothing.
oh yeah. But that facility, you bring a recruit up and you see the facility and you see the dorms and a dining hall. You're like, this is a really nice place. It's a really nice place. It's set up for people to succeed there. So I'm hopeful that I'll do a good job up there, and we'll see though. But I'm hoping to bring a different, bring some more energy in there and just a different vibe and just excitement. And I want to fill that place. I don't know how many it holds, but I want to fill that place.
That gym
I
is
want that.
awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's the
Awesome.
best one in the city. It is by far the best. It's the best one I've seen. Maybe Holy Cross, I don't know, but that's a really nice facility, man. They did a good job with it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
um
Correct.
I'm pretty excited though, Mike. Very excited about what can happen in that program.
I love it. We're looking forward to it. Now, the real question is, I know you you signed Coach Weatherby to your staff, I believe, right? He's there.
I'm gonna
Now,
bring him.
does the family make the jump with him to the college ranks? That dude, how lucky you got with them as the support they show and all the things they've done. Like that, really, the whole family. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great
He,
hire
he
on your behalf.
yeah, he talked to his wife, and they're already in the blue and gold. They're excited about putting on blue and gold. So his wife supports him 100%. So they're all excited too. So they just feel like we're going to college now. I'm like, yeah,
Let's
and I'm pretty
go.
loyal. Yeah, and I'm pretty loyal. Like, I know there were staff members that were already there, but I just felt like my guys have been with me for 7, 8, how many years that is only fitting that I bring them along with me. They've been with me all this time. I'm gonna win with them. I'm gonna lose with them. So you know what? If they want to come, I asked them all. They actually all, they said they want to come. Damar, I know obviously is going for, you know, the North job. He also talked about college and finishing his, degree too. So um, I just know that college is a lot more work and a lot more time away from your family. And that's what I try to explain to Pat. Like, listen, but he's always away anyway doing something. That guy's everywhere.
I was
Golf
gonna say, I can't believe
everywhere.
it,
Yeah.
every day. Every day, it's insane. He don't stop. You know.
No, no. So I think he's a really good hire. He's actually the first one I hired because I know the guy is just he'll go everywhere. He'll go to high school. He'll watch basketball all day long. He'll go to game to game to game to game to game. That's Pat for you. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about having him along. Um, Honestly, I gotta hire a few more people and guys that a little bit younger that can get out there that are hungry to be coaches and has aspirations of being a head coach. So um, I just gotta find the right people to do that.
Yep.
So, but
Yep.
now, like I said earlier, I'm out here doing it alone right now. So I'm already working. I think I have 2 that are gonna commit and working on a third Monday. So one's coming up Monday, and then I got a 6'9" from 6'9" from Maryland coming up July, and I got a 6'7" coming up at the end of June. If I can get those 2 with the other ones, like I said, I think we're gonna be we're gonna be tough.
What do you have
If you
for
can,
bigs now?
I'm not even sure, Mike. I think they lost it. Their big guy. I think they got 6'4", 6'5", 6'4", but they don't have 6'6", 6'7". I did my meeting with them over Zoom because they're on summer vacation. So I did my introduction over Zoom with them. So I just think what they're missing, because I think they have the guards along with some other guards that I bring in. I think they're just missing those 2 bigs. I'm just reflecting on North right now. You got the guards, the 2 bigs, then you're working with something. So I think I'm just missing those 2 bigs. If I can get those 2 bigs with those guards and the guards that are there, I think we can be pretty good.
Al,
Pretty good.
mix the two teams, the two championship teams together. You think you could draft a team from there, bring it right to Worcester State, and compete immediately in the college ranks?
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
thought so too.
I think we can compete. I'm not saying we would win it, but they would compete. They would do well in that league.
I
They
think
would
so
do well.
too.
They
I
would
think
do
not only
well.
would they compete, they would win. Like I've said that since day one, and I mean these guys are all that was pre-college, pre-prep,
Oh
everything.
yeah. Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but I think so too, man. I mean that squad that it's got to be. It is the best team that ever came through Worcester. It has to be.
Yeah, I mean, I know there were some good teams in the '80s with the Larry Hamptons. I know, DeMar and them team was good. I know Adrian Machado with that Bronco team with the Bailey boys, they were good, but no disrespect to them. They, regardless of what they may say, they
You
didn't
don't
do it.
want to make the OGs mad. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I don't want to make them mad. Nope, they were talented. And again, I just think I don't know if this team could have beat that Bronco team. I'm not sure if they could have beat that team because they were pretty good. Um, but I just say this team for me, I don't know how people want to compare them, but they did win it twice. So I mean, you can't take that away from them.
No,
Can't
I
can't take it away.
it's at least top three. I wouldn't argue it's
Oh
top
yeah,
the best team of all time, no doubt,
oh yeah,
in my eyes. And I've seen quite a bit of the play. Not like I didn't just read about it. I no doubt. Um, I know Diego's Holy Name teams were all pretty good.
yeah.
The North team to see, I think it was Rashad. Rashad posted that that was the best team of all time. Their teams were incredible back
Yeah,
in the
see, I didn't see all those teams because I wasn't here, but you know better than I do.
day.
I just know in the last 20 years, 20 some 30 years, this is by far the best team I've seen in Worcester in
No
the
doubt.
last 20. This by far, like, you got to go way, way back to say a team that you can probably compare to this group.
Yep.
And it's probably that, I don't know, Bronco team, I don't Holy Name team, I don't know what team you want to compare it to, but I mean, since I've been here, I haven't seen a team that's as good as this team.
Athletic wise, the only other team I saw was North, Rashad and Demar, and um, those teams. They dunked everywhere, and I know that's not
Yeah,
what winning is about or whatever. But athletic wise, it's the only thing that even compares to what you guys had. But
yeah,
the hardware,
yeah.
that's what tells the story.
It's all the hardware. Yeah, it's the hardware. So they have two. So, they're in the history books and it can never be taken away from them. So,
Nope, love it.
and
Love
they left on top. They left on top, which is good. They left on top.
that chapter's
So, yeah,
closed. Nobody can
chapter
take it
closed.
now.
Nope, new chapter, new chapter. And I'm excited to see that new chapter and again, who's coming in there and what they're going to build there. I'm pretty excited to see what that looks like.
Time will tell. We know it's going to be entertaining. We know it's going to be strong. Al, thank you for coming through today. I know you got
Thank you for
busiest
having
guy
me
in the
always,
world.
Mike. Appreciate you.
I'll
Appreciate you,
tell you,
man.
I'm all like I said. Worcester State's less than a mile away from me, so I'm there no matter what. And
You have a blue and gold shirt. Trust me, I'll have a
that's
t-shirt
what I'm
sent
talking
waiting for you.
about. That's what I'm talking
You
about.
have that.
I
I'll
love it.
definitely have that.
So
Appreciate
listen,
you.
I know we'll be seeing you soon. Congratulations on everything. Uh,
Thank
thank
you.
you for everything from the bottom of my heart because you've been nothing but good to me since day one I walked in that gym. Um, it was great. The run was great. I can't wait to see this next chapter. Um, now, what's your prediction tonight, Celtics? Prediction for the
Tonight,
series.
Celtics in 6.
I like it. I like it.
Celtics in 6.
I'm a
Everyone keeps
big
saying 7. Celtics in 6.
I'm a big conspiracy guy, so I always say game 7. It doesn't matter. I think they want to make the money and do that. It's probably not true. I am who I am. And that's how
Yeah.
but the Celtics in 7 is what I'm gonna say. But
At home,
uh what do you mean?
are they going to Celtics in 7 at home or in Dallas? That
At
game
home.
7 is going to be at home.
I think so. Um the Mavericks are hot. The Mavericks are hot right now.
Yeah, I just
Kyrie's
yeah.
at the top of his game somehow.
If he's on top of his game, then it could be a pro. I just think Celtics in six. Celtics in six. I don't. I just don't think they have enough. And if Kyrie's not on, they may beat them in five.
Yeah.
You know, if he's not on his top of his game, they may beat him in five. He's gonna have to play well. If
And I
not,
think
that's gonna be a 5-game series. If they're playing well, it's gonna go 6.
I'm making an obscure call for MVP, Derek White. Uh,
Ooh,
I'm way out of left field. It'll probably be Tatum, but I'm going to say Derek White. That's what I want.
mm.
He's been a big key for their team this
I'm
year.
gonna go Jason Tatum. I'm gonna say Jason Tatum.
Tatum.
I'm gonna say Tatum.
Either way, that means we get the hardware. So
Yeah, exactly. Either way, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
well,
But
Al,
yeah,
we wish you luck, man. I appreciate you again. When you get the first championship at Woo State, we'll meet back here again, man. I know if there's anyone who's gonna do it, I know you're there, bro.
appreciate you, Mike. Thanks for having me. And thanks for all that you do.
Thank you, Al. I
All
appreciate
right.
you. We'll talk soon, brother.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.